Abuja. In the State House, Segun Lawale, NTA News.
Trade between Nigeria and Britain is over £7 billion, almost double the figures in 2011. This growth, Nigeria's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Dr. Dalhatu Siriki-Tafida, attributes to the diversification and incentives provided to foreign investors by President Jonathan's administration. The High Commissioner stated the annual end-of-year reception in London. Abdulrazak Odoye reports.
The event was one for stock taking as well as projection for the 2015, which Dr. Dalhatu Siriki-Tafida says looks bright and promising for Nigeria that has achieved a lot in the outgoing year 2014 in spite of some challenges. He also appreciated the staff and representatives of Nigerians in the UK and Europe to the national conference.
We'll also bring in additional innovation with context of our community in the consular section. All these efforts are geared towards bringing us closer to our compatriots.
15 deserving staff, home-based and those belonging to the category of diplomatic staff support services, were honored for their hard work, diligence and outstanding service in 3 categories: Long Meritorious Service Award and letters and certificates of commendation. Recipient of Staff of the Year Award, Akinfala, on behalf of other recipients, promised that their best is yet to be seen. It was also an evening of encomiums for Nigeria High Commission and a diplomat, Mr. Sam Adelemi, former head, Trade, Investment and Industry, who, having completed his 3 years mandatory foreign service post to the United Kingdom, is returning back home to Nigeria. He was described by many as a considerate, humble and consistent hard worker. Dr. Tafida was quick to add that he will be missed. However, it was not all talk. In line with President Goodluck Jonathan's transformation program, Dr. Dalhatu Siriki-Tafida says the Nigeria High Commission United Kingdom will continue to improve on its service delivery in the coming year 2015. In London, Bilkisu Abdulrazak Odoye, NTA News.
And the need for the Nigerian diaspora to key into the investment drive of the federal government has re-echoed in Belfast, Northern Ireland, at a town hall meeting with the Nigerian High Commissioner to the UK, Alhaji Dalhatu Siriki-Tafida. Correspondent Awa Yusuf Funtua reports.
It was a maiden meeting between the Nigerian High Commissioner to the UK and Nigerians resident in Northern Ireland, where he briefed them on the nation's economic reforms and volume of bilateral trade between Nigeria and the UK, and also how the two countries resolved to double trade from 4 billion to 8 billion pounds by the end of this year.
I believe we have made a lot of improvement. We tend to attract business opportunities into Nigeria. We have done this, and we were able to measure to a large extent some of these successes.
Other prominent issues at the community town hall include immigration and a call on the mission for an enabling environment to carry out a census of the nation's diaspora.
It has been a roller coaster experience for a majority of us. We are rolling out a strategic plan in which we intend to challenge a lot of issues at government level.
Chairman of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK, Chief Bimbo Roberts Folayan, urged Nigerian communities wherever they are to start making practical moves in addressing some of the nation's challenges and stop blaming the government for the inadequacies of some selfish few. From Belfast, Northern Ireland, Hawa Yusuf Funtua, NTA News.
And in an effort to provide succor to the less privileged in their home country, the Nigerian Muslim Forum UK chapter has distributed some cash to indigent Muslim communities across some states in Nigeria and the Federal Capital Territory. Hawa Yusuf Funtua reports from London on some of the forum's activities which were revealed at its annual general meeting with Education Minister Malam Ibrahim Shekarau in attendance.
Of this year's annual general meeting is Education, Peace and Sustainable Development, which brought together key stakeholders to discuss ways of raising funds aimed at assisting the indigent Muslim communities across Nigeria.
It's really important that the charity that we do radiates around us. The kindness that we should show it first and foremost to the people immediately around us.
Nigeria's education minister presented a paper on mass education as a vehicle for fighting poverty and promoting development.
If Nigerians that stay outside Nigeria, under whatever platform, under whatever forum, they will get together, discuss among themselves, and see in what way they can help themselves, they can help those back home.
Other speakers touched on nurturing spiritual growth through education, a journey from cradle to grave, and exploring solutions to social and moral challenges through education.
Looking at the orphans or those that are not orphans but unable to be sponsored or to be educated by their own parents. Imagine their state if nothing comes to them.
The Nigerian Muslim Forum UK is due to establish a charity center that will be helping to finance funerals for those who cannot afford to bury their loved ones in the UK, among other charity works. From London, Hawa Yusuf Funtua, NTA News.
Back home in Nigeria now, the Defense Headquarters has cautioned politicians against using their political campaign platforms to incite or encourage acts of indiscipline in the Nigerian military by their statements. In a statement, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Chris Olukolade, says a statement by a prominent politician declaring that soldiers have the right to protest is a dangerous propagation capable of causing problems for the military and the fight against insurgency. He cautions that individuals and interest groups seeking to play to the gallery by being meddlesome, sensational, or mischievous in interpreting developments in the military should moderate such with decorum. He said the war against terror is not all about equipment mindset of the military and the public, adding that inciting remarks can only compound the situation involved. According to General Olukolade, the Nigerian military is committed to defending the nation's democracy, and incitement to protests or mutiny in the military is an ill wind that will ultimately blow no good to anyone. Over the years, investigations have shown that one of the factors militating against the development of Nigeria is tribalism and ethnicity. A cross-section of Nigerians, however, believe that intertribal or cultural marriage can be a solution to this challenge. Adebola Brooksland Sunday reports.
Research has it that Nigeria has over 350 tribes, and cross-cultural marriage has been a problem, an act that is believed to be weakening national cohesion. Dr. Rilwanu Muhammad is from Bauchi State. He says he decided to break the barrier and chose his wife, Azima, from Kogi State.
And that is what's happening in Lagos. We hardly hear any crisis in Lagos because most of them have Christian and both Muslim in their family. You hardly hear any crisis there.
We have a lot of peace in our home, and I'm proud to marry someone from Bauchi State. I recommend it for them to marry from other states, not from their original states.
What are the advantages of intertribal and interreligious marriage if fully embraced?
This will give us the ability to execute, to go beyond religious inclinations and see ourselves as one.
Luckily, all the presidents that were married to people from different states mostly. And so the leaderships have been good examples. And I think it is good to encourage the intermarriage so that we begin to see ourselves as one family.
A group, Global Initiative for Harmony in Nigeria, recently organized a forum to sensitize the public on how intertribal marriage can be used to enhance national cohesion.
By the time we intermarry, as a cross-Siberian marrying to a Northerner, I cannot look at my people fighting the Northerners because they are my husband.
The summit, however, urged all Nigerians to intermarry as part of solutions to curtail the security challenges facing the nation. In Abuja, Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria. Still to come, Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps promises continued collaboration with other security agencies to maintain peace and security during the Yuletide and beyond. This and more when we return.
NTA International News.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
NTA International.
The Catholic Archbishop of Abuja, John Cardinal Onaikan, has re-emphasized a strong cordial relationship between the Christian and Muslim in Nigeria. This, he says, is key to promoting the ideals of peaceful coexistences, unity and development in the country. He stated this while receiving the Executive Secretary of the Abuja National Mosque, Alhaji Ibrahim Jega, who paid him a Christmas visit in Abuja. Correspondent Abdullahi Ajiya completes the report.
The spirit of the Christmas celebration, which denotes love, the Executive Secretary of Abuja National Mosque, Alhaji Ibrahim Jega, was at Onaikan's residence to wish the family and the Christian faithful a Merry Christmas. Alhaji Jega describes the cardinal as a pillar and symbol of peace, whose advocacy for interreligious harmony transcends beyond the borders of Nigeria.
We had always been regarding the cardinal as a role model for us in terms of setting the ball rolling for building bridges. During Ramadan, he always visited us. He brought gifts to us. So we have to do the same thing as a leader. He's a close friend to His Eminence the Sultan, and the two of them jointly built bridges, not only in Nigeria, but at the global level.
John Cardinal Onaikan expressed his gratitude for the gesture, saying the disposition speaks volumes.
To me, it's an important symbol. I greatly appreciate his friendship with me. And we believe that the good relationship of people at our level would have an impact on people further down the line who are looking at us.
The two leaders further re-emphasized the need for more tolerance, understanding and love among the followers of both religions, as violence does no good than harm to development. In Abuja, I am Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps says it will continue to collaborate with other security agencies to ensure the maintenance of law and order throughout the Yuletide period and beyond. To this end, the Corps has deployed 5,000 personnel to flashpoints in the FCT. Acting Commandant General of the Corps, Suleiman Bello, stated this in Abuja. Lydia Sampson reports.
The The Acting Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Suleiman Bello, reiterated the need for synergy among security agencies and community leaders, as the Corps alone cannot provide the needed security. He said 65,000 regular personnel were drafted all over the country, in addition to sniper dogs, to protect lives and property of Nigerians.
When we move out, we want you to show a high sense of responsibility, to demonstrate that you are well trained, well cultured, and you are prepared without necessarily intimidating or harassing the public. Am I speaking to somebody?
The Acting Commandant General said Special Squad on Arms and Counter-Terrorism is put on alert in case of any emergency. He assured the people that with their cooperation and understanding, peace and security will prevail as the nation marches towards 2015. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Near Kuchigoro, one of the satellite settlements within Abuja, the nation's capital, is now playing host to about 600 internally displaced persons. Their quest for peace and a better life were visible in their mood at the Christmas celebration. Salihu Abdullahi was there.
Boko Haram insurgents give birth to this camp situated at Kuchigoro. The camp is currently playing host to over 600 displaced persons from Goza in Borno State. The mood of the inmates is not that of Christmas celebration, but of hope for a better tomorrow. This middle-aged woman, Juliana Ibrahim, is a mother of 3. She is also 8 months pregnant. As a businesswoman, Juliana says before the tragedy that drove her away from Goza, Christmas is usually her most busy period. She says she sold chicken and food items at the Goza market, now devastated by the insurgents.
Before, my compa is good. I happy I do Christmas. Disturbing me before Christmas, before Boko Haram, pushing me in my village.
After 2 months at the camp without anything to do, Juliana, like many other women here, says she needs assistance to get something started, no matter how little.
If I get small money on a pure water, on a food, any business.
However, in the spirit of Christmas, some public-spirited individuals and organizations were at the camp to share food items and clothing with the inmates.
And I think they should pay more attention into provision of basic social amenities to the people. And food is important. Once people are well fed, bulk of the problem is solved. You can see rice is causing a lot of problem here. Distribution of the rice, though there is enough for everybody, but in a hurry to get more than the others, you see how they are scrambling.
While they expressed appreciation to government and individuals for showing them love, especially at this period, they expressed the hope that everything possible will be done to ensure that they return to their homes in Goza. They said this is the greatest Boxing Day gift they desire. From Kochigoro, Salihu Abdullahi.
And away from Christmas reports, Kano Emirates Council boosts polio vaccination campaign as part of efforts to eradicate the child killer diseases in the state. Correspondent Aliyu Hassan has the details.
Nigeria is among the 3 countries in the world still battling with the menace of polio virus, the development that attracted quick intervention by relevant stakeholders who are working round the clock to ensure its total eradication. The effort has so far yielded positive results, which has reduced the number of endemic states only 2, Kano and Yobe with 6 reported cases. Kano State, which has 5 reported cases as confirmed by authorities and other partner agencies. The figure stakeholders see as a stumbling block to the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals by the year 2015. Northwest Zonal Coordinator, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Bula Magarba, enumerated some of the challenges, to include non-passage of the National Health Bill, insurgent activities in some parts of the country, shortage of manpower, among others.
But because of the election in 2011, polio
came back again. The other thing, of course, is the challenge of retaining midwives. The current issue of security challenges, which is even global.
The involvement of Kano Emirate Council in sensitizing its subject to accept the polio vaccines for their children is another milestone in the fight against polio. Similar intervention programs such as medical outreach in some selected local government areas of Kano State also assisted the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency to ensure free polio Nigeria. Mansur Aliyu Hassan, NTA News.
And Kano is one of the Nigerian states that in recent weeks is witnessing dusty atmosphere and limited visibility due to changes brought about by the Harmattan season. Abdullahi Aminu has the situation report.
Is among the northern states that are not too far from the Sahara Desert and witness heavy amount of dust during the lowest sun month period known as Harmattan. The changing weather condition had also changed the lifestyle of some of them spoke to NTA News on the season.
It's very dusty, and for people who are allergic to dust, it disturbs. Because of my body, I prefer Harmattan weather.
Harmattan lowers body temperature, which is unfavorable for breeding of mosquitoes and reduce spreading of malaria.
Parents, as much as possible, to take care of their children during this season, especially in terms of clothing. They need to clothe them. They need to, in terms of the clothing, they need to cover from the head, the body, down to the feet. They need to be covered when going to school, when going out, and even inside the homes. And then we also try to encourage them to use as much as possible hot water when using water. And then children with asthma, they can also use a protective face mask.
A visit to the Kano Area Control Center of the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA, which controls over 70% of the country's airspace, revealed that aircrafts land with a visibility of 800 meters through the support of instrument landing system.
Yesterday, we have a visibility reported of about 500 meters, and aircraft could not land in the afternoon. But they took off in the morning. But today, fortunately, the visibility reported in the morning was about 1,000, and it is now improving. As at now, it is 1,200 meters. So aircraft can land and take off in Kano.
The general view on Harmattan season in Kano is for the general public to fully adhere to the adequate measures against its effects. In Kano, Abdullahi Aminu, NTA.
And with the Harmattan season report from Kano, we conclude our news on NTA International at this time. We thank you for watching. I am Oku Ekmayang. Bye for now.
Toast to them, sir.
Yeah, assistant.
When I cook this, I prefer eating out of this one.
You know, food is very essential for our well-being. These and more on Guest Chef, showing on the network service of the NTA. Join us.
To all our friends